I have a question. You mentioned emotional distress. Can
Mhm.
you maybe go a little bit into some examples for those? What are things you look for? What makes one case and then what maybe is not such a good case?
That's a good question. Emotional distress claims are just one of those leads that come in. People are always claiming it. But
Mhm.
you really have to filter what is a legitimate claim. So in order to recover for emotional distress, this is how I advise the clients early on. The condition must manifest into a physical, objective ailment. You can't just say, I'm emotionally harmed. That's too subjective. You need to tell them right away in order for them to understand if they have a legitimate emotional distress claim. They have to go see an MD, a doctor, to get a diagnosis of a physical, objective condition in order to recover for any type of emotional distress. The type of diagnosis we look for: anxiety, PTSD, also lack of sleep, maybe a diagnosis. So those are the type of diagnosis we look for, just really serious anxiety and PTSD. Still, the claims, emotional distress claims, are usually ancillary. They're usually ancillary to a very serious injury or some type of neglect of some kind. And you can also have bystander emotional distress claims, where if a relative witnesses a family member get injured, seriously injured, they have a claim for emotional distress through the bystander theory, being within the zone of proximity of witnessing a family member be injured, but they have to be a family member. Your run-of-the-mill emotional distress claims, you really have to filter because there's just way too much frivolous allegations of being emotionally harmed. They will need to go to a medical doctor, an MD. It's important that it is an MD to get a diagnosis of a condition, an objective physical ailment, a diagnosis. That's what a diagnosis is: an objective physical condition by a doctor. And we need that as evidence because it can't be a standalone claim. There must be a physical condition attached to that emotional harm in
Right.
order to support it with evidence. And that goes back to there's a saying in the personal injury realm that if you were seriously injured, you would go see a doctor. That's how any type of insurance company or defendant would look at it.